This Saturday's auction took us out and about very early. It was almost a 2-hour drive to Columbia City, Indiana for this beauty. So, and the pictures that we saw online seemed to be minimal, but when we got there, oh my gosh. Yes, auction, you can't necessarily ever know that all the items that are pictured are what's going to be listed. There's always a lot of other treasures to be found. And wow, this place is packed and there's so many people. I only can take like minimal video of the pre of what is out there because there's just not room. It's elbow to elbow. I'm not even sure if that large piece, not the anvil, but the cabinet itself was staying or not, but oh my gosh, that was beautiful. I would have loved to bring that home with us. Oh, I can see somebody using that workbench as an island. Oh my goodness. And the primitives, oh, I can't even, this barn that they had, they kept calling it a barn, but it looked kind of like a side garage to me. But oh, the primitives had my heart. The rusty, crusty, the aged wood. Oh my goodness. And that's a whole bucket of little insulators. Oh, and then I spied a little scale. Look at my hand. My hand. Oh, how little the scale is. I need to reproduce this sign because that sign is too funny. I love it. Hi guys, welcome back to the Journey channel. I'm so glad to have you back checking out what Chris and I are up to. So it was a Saturday, it's time to find an auction. So this auction was an hour and 40 minutes away in Columbia City, Indiana. So whew, yeah, talk about a hike from our new place. But it had lots of goodies that we thought we could attempt to bid on. It was crazy. What the pictures showed wasn't actually, they don't always show everything in an auction picture. You just kind of have to like, okay, this is what entices me. I'm going to go down and, try to win the bid. So when we got there, it was huge. There were so many people. There were like 4 or 5 different areas that they were going to be auctioning in, and they were going to actually at one time have 3 rings. That means there's 3 auctioneers going on in the same time. Was not expecting that at all. And you don't ever know the history or what will draw people, like that folk art auction that we just went to. You don't know what the draw is that brings buyers there, collectors, resellers, just curiosity. So apparently this family had maybe a feed and grain store is what we're guessing. So they had a lot of advertisement in the farming, feed and grain industry, like even down to like medicines for animals. And a lot of it was new in the box. It was old, but it was still brand new in the box. So this brought a huge grouping of advertisement in that area, collectors, buyers, resellers. Oh my goodness. So I didn't get a lot of filming because there were so many people and the quarters were so tight. And that they kept calling it the primitive barn, which was a little garage that had all the cast iron and amazing pieces. And when they auctioned that part off, they didn't even, you didn't go in. They brought the stuff out one by one because there wouldn't have been enough room for everybody. But with that being said, so at that time, 3 auctioneers split off. I stayed in with the glassware. Chris went over to the primitives, and we just gave up on the tools in the barn area of the humongous barn area. And they were actually auctioning off that property too. Oh my goodness, y'all. So there wasn't a ton that I was interested in to resell, but I was hoping that there was enough, so I could get some inventory. So I'm going to share with you what we got, what we brought home. I mean, I'm pretty happy with, what we got home. Oh, and this auctioneer, they like to usually be done by noon. So 3 auctioneers there, boom, 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 boom. Don't hesitate. They were a lot later. We left at 12:30 and it was still going on, but what we wanted or what we saw that we wanted, we decided just to, 2 hours away. So we decided to leave. So, oh my goodness. So when they split off and went into, Chris went, like I said, to the primitive, the cast iron, all that stuff. I went and stayed in the glassware. So I was able to score some Pyrex because those buyers were trying to get that primitive stuff. And the Pyrex that they had, it wasn't a full set. Or it was really dirty. So sometimes, you have to take that dive, like, will it come clean? Can you get it clean enough to resell? And I pray to God that I can, and I'll probably share a little bit of that in this video because it won't be very long. So this isn't a full set. These probably would have had 4 bowls with them, but this is what I said. It is dirty, but I mean, I paid less than I would pay at Goodwill for pieces like this. Yeah, so that's my job today after I share a haul with you all is I'm going to be washing up some Pyrex and hopefully, so there ended up being 2 sets of this, and I don't usually get my hands at auctions on a Pyrex set, so we'll see how these 4 clean up. So it's 2, but it's not a set. As you see, they're 2 the same. Now I did score this one, but as you see, it's missing the red bowl. They're not terrible, We've all seen worse. So not terrible. There's 2 of the yellow bowls, so I'll figure out what one is the best when I get it cleaned up. And I'll probably hoard this set back until I run across the red bowl that goes with the set, because the red bowl in the set of 4 will make it more desirable than pieces and parts, so you can get bigger money for the set. We'll see. There were all these little casserole. There's like a set of 3 that you had to buy. And this company is not like the other company. There was no buyer premium. There was no tax. What you paid is what you paid. They didn't do, okay, all 3 times something. This was a straight, like, okay, you get all 3 for the same price. So this is just a nice, I love that color. That blue color is beautiful. And then a green color. Now, these aren't the fun, like, have a lot of pattern on them, but they're nice colors. And then here's a yellow color. So what I don't know is how pristine they are. This one's a very fun mid-century modern bowl. And in my new antique, on the antique side, I actually have a section that, because those shelvings are so huge, I kind of have like a little section of like, okay, I'm going to keep sewing in this, and I'm going to keep jadeite in this, and I'm going to keep, the bendy, the little elf guys, and so I have a section that I want to put Pyrex in. So when I find Pyrex, so that, like, now that I can kind of have a vision with having that much space in that booth, and those sections, that kind of works. So like I have a whole space for ironstone, as you see the ironstone picture that I just got at a estate sale over there. I mean, it's kind of nice because I can section it off like that and kind of think, okay, well, I need to have some of this in my inventory. So I did get a set of 3 refrigerators with the lids. They're not completely a matching set. And like I said, it's really dirty, so I'm hoping that it cleans up. And that it's not terribly, I'm sure there's some scratches, but we'll see. And then with that, there was this refrigerator casserole dish. So yeah, I have not checked anything over. I do not know anything if they're amazing or not. So I did score a little bit of ironstone. There was a set, some soap dishes. I haven't had any soap dishes in a while. And then this is a bigger ironstone little bowl. There you go. And then when Chris was in the barn, I'm like, hey, will you bid on that one for me? And then I noticed this. So this is what it was. But it's a butter pat. So, it's a thicker little, some kind of cup. And then they put the 2 together. So, interesting, huh? And then, like, she has, like, yeah. I consider this big chunky guy, and then the little pitcher is chipped, so you can see the stone in there. So yeah, I didn't know that they had a little cup, but this would be cute with a little box bottle tree, and we just sell this separately. But and I think he got the whole box for $2. So, and I think there was a couple other things in that box. And then there's this guy who needs a bath. Also, it's not marked, but it has that nice ironstone feel to it. Like you can feel the heaviness and like the thickness of it. It's in pristine condition other than needing a bath, so I think it'll clean up really well, but it's a nice white pitcher. So I did buy some glowy glass, so I got, look at I think it's a sheep lamb. It does glow beautifully. It's the nice Vaseline yellow glass. When I got that, I bought this with it, this opalescent, opaque, yeah, dish, which is beautiful. And then a divider dish that still has the metal around it, and it's glowy glass also. So I bid on this one, and I was happy to get first pick because like I said, I don't know like the medicines, and they must have been pig farmers also because there was a lot of pig stuff there. But look, it's a silo with a bird and a pig, and I'm sure it's some type of medicine. My daughter showed pigs a little bit in fair, but we didn't anything that we had to do medicines for or anything. But yeah, it's just a cool Stein piece. I love that pig. So I thought these boxes were neat. There was 2 of them. It was at the end of the primitive barn. When I went over there, it wasn't anything I wanted in the garage anymore. So they probably would have had like paper boxes in it, but I thought, you know what, I can see using those for something. I just could. And then I thought this size of box was really neat. It would be really cute with a Christmas tree in it. Oh my gosh, my whole mind's geared towards that right now. It needs a good bath. This came in the box that Chris got the butter pat in, and I know people like to put their books in here. I've never done that. I probably should with some of my Bibles, so we'll see what I do with that. And vintage skateboards. These actually resell really well on eBay. The first skateboard, the last auction we went to, and we didn't even show a haul because we didn't come home with very much, went for like $75. There was another skateboard that was there, and that one went for over $100, Chris said. And then this was in that barn at the end of the auction, so I got this for $15. But these little vintage skateboards they use in decor a lot. I haven't had a black globe in a while. These are amazing. This one is amazing shape. It is Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. So in case you're wondering, if you're a history buff and you know the age, but globes sell, so I always try to have one in our booth a week if I can, because they can go quite pricey. But that one was in wonderful shape, and if I ever can find, have you ever seen the globe? And there's actually an atlas, little cubby atlas that sits underneath the little compartment. That's a good one to pick up if you ever seen that one out and about. This is just a plain square butter mold, no design. I seem to always be attracted to butter molds, so yeah, I picked that one up. I do not know the age of this baby Ben, but it is heavy, it is metal. This baby will be staying and replacing one of my other baby Bens. I have to do that or I'm a hoarder, and I gotta okay, where should I put this? It is beautiful. And the thing, you wind these and they still work. It's just crazy. And then this baby Ben was in the box that was where the butter pat was. Now this one's a newer baby Ben. I'm sad that they had went to the plastic, but it's still a cute little white baby Ben. So cute, yes. So there you go. This clock was in the same little box with the butter pat. I don't know anything about this little clock. I am just wind up clocks. I am just drawn to what fun colors these are. So now we're going to get into the Rusty Crusties. Rusty Crusty. I know. Look at this. Rusty Crusty metal with wood box. Yet again, perfect. Now I could put a tree in it, resell it, but these actually resell in my retail booth just on their own. I'm just going to clean it up and I will just sell it. I just recently sold a humongous cheese box that had to be 18 inches tall with no lid, and it had the beautiful nails on it that had that beautiful patina. So I actually need another like vintage type of box. And then this is an old, like it would hold your oil for, you know, it's got a hole in it for your, you know, your candles, your Aladdin candle, the oil candles, oil lights, what is it called? But I actually can see putting a tree in this because look at that detail. That detail is beautiful. Dress this up with a fun tree in it. You know, you have to look beyond the scrap metal value of it, that it still can have some life left in it. Which is why I picked up all these tins. Yeah, these are like the perfect size for little trees for Christmas. Not something I run across very often, and sometimes they go really high in auctions, but when you're having a pick where people are there for the, I would say a lot of the people at that primitive barn were probably there for the cast iron. They were, you know, so these little piddly things that they were grouping together singly once in a while with a whole bunch of junk that you didn't want, I'm like, for $2, I'm going to take it because I see a use in it. Along with this beauty. Look at, this is perfect. So it's an old-time Christmas mix. Clean it up, take the lid off, put some styrofoam, you know, the Dollar Tree floor foam, and put a Christmas tree in. That is even perfect because it's, I'm like, I was so hoping to win the bid, and I was so hoping it was going to go for just a couple bucks because I just absolutely love, I love that it's beat up. I love that. So, you know, I'm obsessed with primitive scoops. This one is rusty, crusty in its goodness, but it's nice and tall, sits. Put some greenery, put a candle in there. Oh, beautiful. It's actually heavy. It does have some holes, but who cares? Who cares? And then look at this scoop. Holy cow. I told you I got a problem. Yeah, I love looking beyond what everybody else it actually has some wording on it. I can't really make that out. Maybe once I clean it. But yeah, you have to look beyond, and I know a lot of you do that too. You look beyond the dirt in the metal scrap heap pile and like, that's still, like this one I probably spray up with weather defense because, and I wouldn't want to sandblast it. I like the rusty. Now look at this. So I just thought it was the smallest little children's toy phone. You know, the little, well, it should stay in there better, but the little, let me fix that. It's about a glue. So it still had the little phone, but what I did not know, it's actually a pencil sharpener. And then it has the little galvanized to catch it. Oh my gosh, how adorable is this? It's an awesome shelf sitter to begin with. And made in Japan sticker on the back, but oh, so stinking cute. Look at, it's a tiny scale. You know, I already have a scale problem. I have a scale problem. So I was hoping this one wasn't going to go for too much. It's amazing. It is a postal one, so it's, like you can see, so it's a postal. I don't have a size, so I'll probably hoard on this one myself. I love the rusty, crusty black. Love the age, how the, probably what was maybe white back in the day has now aged to a dirty cream color, but I love it. So a few of the bigger items we got. I got this crock. It is actually not cracked or chipped or anything, but I guess people didn't like the markings on it. Not the number 4, but that it had, you know, I love them when they're perfectly imperfect. So, and I was super excited because usually crocks at auctions usually go really high. And then there's this big guy. It does have, you know, you see some dirt and it's got a little crack down here, but it's not chip. I guess it has a chip down there, but it's not cracked. So that's huge. It's a beautiful crock, and I think it'll clean up really nice. And then y'all look at this beautiful peacock. Now the granddaughters at the auction told me their grandmother made this. And I'm like, oh, I love it even more. It is beautiful. So it's got the beautiful beadworks going on. You got feathers. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And these mid-century modern pieces actually sell really well. So I was happy to get my hands on an artist piece. I don't know if she signed it. Nope, no signature. Would have been cool though. So Chris got a little bit of toolage, got a vise, some odds and ends. I bought this picture just because I wanted the frame. This is another unique little like funnel, but I love the handle on it. Got this little box of goodies. Look at it, it's a mini vintage. I was so super excited. Santa mug. And then we have a bendy elf with, he probably is missing his hat, I'm thinking maybe. But yes, he's a nice little vintage bendy elf. Here is a newer piece, little nutcracker, and then all these little, I have to look these up. I don't know anything about these little guys, but they look like that same era of the bendy elf. They just look like, no, he's missing his shoe. But how sweet are they? And he got some eyebrow, maybe it's just goo, I don't know. Oh, it's got a patch. I really don't know. So those are super sweet. So just some odds and ends. I've been looking for trucks to put bottle brush trees in. You know, these open trucks are harder to find than you would think. And some old maid cars. This is a cool little calendar. Chris already set the date. So it's like a paper, but I just thought, you know, that's neat. And then Chris got his hands on a little bit of the advertisement. It was going crazy high, always goes crazy high. And we're just not that type of reseller. And then the last thing I did pick up, and this is actually a real windmill, you know, the wheel for it. It's heavy, it's metal. I probably would just sell this as is. So yes, that is the thing about an auction. You see pictures and you see what entices you to go. You don't know who's going to show up, like any sale, a garage sale, estate sale, going into a Goodwill. You just don't know who's going to be there, what's going to be there. You have a little bit of an idea because you see some of the pictures, but sometimes there's a lot more that's not pictured. And yeah, and we just have to take our chance driving almost 2 hours away, but it is well worth it. So I'm going to see if I can get some of this Pyrex cleaned up and pray for me. Okay, I'm just going to start off with just putting it in hot soapy water and letting it soak. I'm going to do, what else can you do? And then just Dawn dish soap to start off with. And then we'll see how it goes. This is, I know our sink is huge. That's okay, I got a lot so I'm just gonna start it off that way and see what happens. Okay, sink's still finishing. I'm gonna use a little Barkeeper's Friend. I have a very well-loved green Scotch pad, so it's not super scratchy. So they've been soaking for a little bit, so let's see. Oh, yeah. So I think it's cleaning up wonderfully. I don't want anything super abrasive to take the color or the detail off the piece. So a well-loved one is always good to use. So when others are intimidated that it won't come clean, I will do the work. It's well worth it. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh my gosh. And you can always, never know, you gotta always go back for spots that you might have missed the first round. But I think these are going to clean up beautifully. Beautifully. Oh, look at that. So who would have thought from that, which the other two I washed up were worse, to that. Crazy, huh? A little bit of elbow grease. Nothing wrong with doing some scrubbing. So on Thursday, I went to 3 estate sales and 2 Goodwills, and this is all I came home with, other than that ironstone pitcher. The pickings are slim sometimes. So a little deer, this cute little tin, a couple blocks. I thought this was precious, this little cookie jar. A vintage little, I think this is Viking glass, I'm not positive. Owl. Fairy light. A Fenton blue, look at that beautiful blue long-tailed. A brass, look at the brass camel. I did find a truck. It's a little retro truck to be putting a bottle brush tree in the back. Some cow tags. A little base that I could put like a tree on. This is a reproduction spool box. And then a little tin. Along with this ironstone pitcher basin, which was my motivation to go up. I like to have one in my booth and then one in the inventory if the other one sells. A couple viewer thank yous. Elizabeth and Grace sent me this Georgia Peach line. It's a bath scrub and a goat milk lotion. I love goat milk lotion. It smells fabulous. And then I'll share the website with you all if you are interested in checking it out. How cool is that? D-Boyce, I don't know. I'm just opening it up right now. Looks like it is some, oh, look at how beautiful these are. Look at that watering can. Oh, did you paint them? Oh, I love them. Look at the fern on that. I'm sorry, I got distracted. The fern is awesome. Oh, we got some miniatures in here, y'all. Hold on. Okay, let me look at the little tin first. That tin is amazing. The tin is amazing. I just want to know if she did this herself. Looks like some transfers on there. Oh my gosh. And look at the paper she wrapped it in. Maybe she sent me an extra piece. I love this paper in general. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. So let me open up that bag of goodies. You know I love littles. A little plate from Mount Vernon. We got, oh, look at the little sitting pig. Oh, he is so cute. A little quail. A little duck. Oh, I love treasures. I love littles. Got a couple little chickens, little baby chicks. Oh, a couple little sheep. Hello, little sheep. Oh, they're too sweet. We got this little guy. Looks like he was a little glass ram. And then a little sleepy mouse. The little ram, I think I got out of focus. Oh. How sweet is that? So sweet. More little duck in there. Thank you, D-Boyce. So thank you so much for watching today's thrift haul. I may pop a few of the items on eBay. I don't really know. There's not a lot of smalls. You just never know, but I love sharing the goodies and enticing you all to go out there and looking for secondhand finds. You know, auctions are a lot of fun, and I hope we have inspired you or spiked your interest in taking a gander at some auctions in your local area. So again, thanks for watching today's video, and we love you all. Thank you for being part of our YouTube family. And if you are new and you're checking out this content for the first time and you stayed to the end of the video, and I think you kind of like this kind of content then, so hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know we've uploaded a new video. And we will see you next time, guys, and you can see what we're up to. Bye!